Hi guys, long time no see, I have to say. Long time no see. I'm very glad to be here again as a graduate student from last year, and like the travel of being in America has changed me a lot. So today I'm going to share some of the opinion of it. Is that how we consider other people's expectation. So at the beginning of this speech, I have a question like, have you ever experienced a moment when so many people have something to say about you, that you feel like you're being trapped with their opinions? I think most of the people have it, like being trapped from other people's expectations. And for me, I have experiences as all my high school. My high school experiences is not just like competitive and stressful. It's like waking up every morning in a story that I didn't write. It's edited by other people and revised from them, and they stamp their opinions onto. And it's really scary, but for me, the most scary part was that, oh, this story I didn't write, is that during that moment, I have forget who I was underneath those layers. So obviously, I think most of you guys know my mom was the principal of this school. Everybody knows that. So for someone like outside of it, they will consider that she must have a lot of privilege. Like I will have a bunch of extra support, bunch of extra resources and protections, and it seems like, oh, that's pretty well. But for me, it's being like trapped inside a glass box every day, because everything is visible and everything was magnified. And what I'm doing right now, everybody can see it. So it makes me feel like I am not a normal student. I didn't get to have a normal day during my high school. And for me, when I did something really well in high school, they would say, of course she did. She's the principal's daughter. She did really well. As if like my effort didn't count, as if the hard work just magically appeared without me lifting a finger. And sometimes when I made a very few mistakes, people just said, how could she mess up? Like, even in a very human way, they will also say about this. And I feel like, okay, it's a kind of like the imperfections for some students like me was forbidden. Like, we cannot have imperfection times. And also, there were many times when I was blamed for things I never done. I didn't do that. But because people think that the principal's daughter must have the power, the influence and the control and the responsibility. But actually I don't want to. And I never asked for that. I just want to be a normal student out there. So sometimes for me it feels like everybody actually see me, but nobody actually saw me at that time. So during those 3 years, I collected more opinions about myself rather than I collected my memories. I have very few memories in my high school, I have to say. People always make comments on me for my personality as if they were expert. Like they would say, oh, Flora is very sensitive, she is very emotional, she is very responsible, she is mature and confident, she has a temper. Sometimes like they will say, oh, she's very patient. Like all of these descriptions, as you guys can see, contradicted one another so widely that absolutely they cannot all be true. But for me, I think they're all true. I accept every part of them. And every time when someone told me that who they thought I was, I will collect their opinions and fold it into myself, like adding another layer on the mask. I think, okay, I wanted to face what they expected I am. So most of the time, I didn't question whether they were right or wrong. I questioned myself why I wasn't matching their expectation, why I wasn't matching their image of me. So most of the time, I'm like wondering that, is there anything wrong with me? Can I do even better for something? Am I doing this right? Or am I failing because I am not consistent with their image of me? I always think about that. So because of that, I start repairing myself like a cracked wall, like patching and patching again until I could barely find out that where the original structure had been. I don't know who I am right now. So if people said I wasn't calm, I would just like try myself to be quiet. If they said, oh, they want me to be mature, I will erase my own needs of that. If they want me to be emotionally stable, I would just like swallow all of my feelings deep enough until I could barely feel them and pretend not to have them. So I built a version of myself that was very safe, agreeable, and maybe like flawless. A version that I consider nobody will upset anymore. A version that I consider nobody would disappoint anymore. A version that who wasn't fully alive. And the more I built her, the more myself had disappeared. So look back like those years, the most disappointed part or the most painful part for me wasn't the misunderstanding of other people. It's how I'm willing to shape myself around it. During that 3 years, I tried so hard to be perfect. Like trying so hard to be unproblematic, trying so hard to be unmessy, noticeably good, like to be perfect. And I forgot to ask myself, do I really happy? Am I feeling okay? Is that really me? But for me at that time, I consider all of my imperfections or emotions as a failure. I consider all of that as a symbol of failure on me. For example, if I cry, I would just quote myself as being weak. If I have self-doubt, I would just consider that I'm not mature. It's a kind of immaturity. If I feel tired sometimes, I would just sometimes feel very guilty when I rest. It's like I'm not strong enough to keep on working on that. And I tried all those years like shaping myself into a version that other people's easier to accept. I trimmed my own sharp edge. I trimmed all of my odd preference and all my emotion movements. So become a person that is like wrong, everybody will accept it, I won't hurt anybody anymore. But with the time passed, I found a thing that is life-changing for me is that I'm not trying to like create my real self or fight with my real self. I am actually fight with all those exhausting weight opinions from other people. What I'm feeling bad is that I don't feel safe to show the most human parts of me. Like every day I work like a robot. I don't have emotions. I cannot do anything because like I cannot say anything because one simple comment may just influence my reputation at school. And I found out that I spent all those years being a robot, not a human. And during these battles, when I fight with other people's expectation, I actually lost the right to simply just exist as myself. I'm existing as a version that other people want me to be at, another version that is truly floral. But everything has changed when I get into America. I feel very free, I have to say. Nobody knows me there. Nobody. And it feels like I'm stepping to another world. Like a world that my past doesn't follow me around. Like a world that my name won't came up with a narrative that said that, oh, she is the principal star. No narrative. I'm being very free. I'm just being Flora. And this is the first time in my life I feel such free at there. No spotlight, no whispers, no expectations waiting for me inside the classroom door. I don't need to be afraid. I can try everything I want during United States in my school. And I tried a lot of things. I tried to be part of the group. I don't need to be like, I feel scared of making comments of them because I know that they will accept it. And it won't influence my reputation. Also, I try to work even harder during the university, but not just because I wanted to prove that I deserve it, just because I know I have the power and I have the ability to work even harder and get a good grade at there. So I tried many things to be a better student there. And also, I have to say, a lot of people still consider me as choosing education because of the influence of my parents or my family members because they're all educators. I have to say there's kind of influence between them. but mostly because I truly love this subject and I'm willing to learn more during this major. That's what I do when I'm in university. And there are a lot of professors encourage me that you can be yourself. You don't need to be scared if you're making mistakes. Your imperfection is a part of you. You need to accept it. And with the help of them, and also with me realizing that I can be myself, I become more confident. And that's why I'm standing here. I want to share it. And my speech is very short, but I want one thing to share with you guys as a lyric, is that embracing all your scars and imperfections. Your imperfections, your scars, is a kind of symbol of you. It's not a way that to say that you are a failure, you have those kind of like imperfect things than others. It's not mean that you need to be perfect. Being you, grow from all your scars and your experiences, that will be enough. And that's it. Thank you.